she has acted. It's incredible, and then it's very difficult as well. At the same time, it's a beautiful story, and it's a very intense story about female humankind, and there was inhuman behavior. A guy, a man, or a husband who has done, devastated situation for the whole world, I will say, because it's the female species, whoever we are and wherever we are, we need to identify ourselves as a person, and then we need to know that nobody can dare to do this kind of thing to any of us. And the lady's acting is superb, absolutely brilliant and wonderful.
So she played many roles. She played many roles. How did you think the transitions were?
Absolutely brilliant. It was so beautiful, and one person making many roles, that needs skill and talent, and I think intelligent as well. And she is superb, I will say. I'd love to see her again, wherever she is in Malaysia, wherever she is doing the same program, same play. It's wonderful.
What do you think can be improved overall? What do you think can be improved?
I think she needs, if there is no, no stage, proper stage, she needs to use the microphone. Definitely she needs to use the microphone. And we couldn't hear, that's the sad part, is we couldn't hear many words, and it was so interesting because personally I know the story. That's why I wanted to hear the real wordings. I read the book, and I just thought that needed the microphone. That was really, would have been very helpful for all of us.
She played many roles. Which was your favorite?
I think herself.
Okay.
She herself,
Alright.
the woman and the wife, and her thoughts, her sadness, her integrity about a woman.
Alright, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything for Lady
I'm very happy and I'm very satisfied that I managed to get Samira to perform playing Lady Swettenham in a place where Lady Swettenham was patronizing this place during her heydays. So when it came to wanting to do a charity project to raise funds for a charity organization, and today it's week, I feel so great and happy that I got Samira to agree to perform Lady Swettenham in the Royal Commonwealth, the Royal Selangor Club. Sorry. Yeah.
So she played many roles. Which was your favorite role?
All of Samira's role of Lady Swettenham, really so great and wonderful. And I've watched Samira perform first time at Kakosa Srinegri, and I've watched her even at her studio and another place, I don't know where, but today I'm so happy that it happened, that I brought Samira here to perform Lady Swettenham.
And what do you think can be improved from today's show?
The only thing is this, at the last performance at Samira's studio in Bukit Tungku, I commented that she should use a microphone, that the audience can hear her. And like today, I think you interviewed Selena. She was a BBC commentator. You really enjoyed the show. The only thing that she felt that Samira should have a microphone so that everybody can hear. clearly and enjoy the show. And I heard from Selena's comment that she will definitely want to hear and go and watch Sabira again perform Lady Swettenham. So all in all, gives me great satisfaction that after a couple of, at least 3 years talking to Sabira, let's do a play in the Selangor Club where Lady Swettenham used to come and frequent, and it happened tonight. And I'm very, very happy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It jogs back the days when we were in school and the little bit we learned on Frank Swettenham. I think today the character herself, it resonates with a lot of women. Yeah.
She played many roles.
Right.
How do you think the transitions were?
Very smooth, brilliant transition. Actually, very good. You can see she's done this over and over again, I'm sure. Yes.
Which was your favorite role?
Lady Swettenham herself. That the fact that she was manic, she was depressive. I think that is real today.
Which was your favorite part of the play? Is there a certain part that you connected to most?
No, herself.
Herself.
Yeah.
Okay, and anything that you feel could have been improved?
Definitely the sound. I really think because there were lots of soft dialogue, and it was lost. So at certain parts it was strenuous. You had to what was happening, and then certain parts was extremely loud. So a microphone would have helped.
What did you think about the play?
Well, I thought it was great. One-person plays are usually very difficult. You have to hold the audience, and you have to know how to use the story, weave the story around it without people getting or distracted or whatever. She did in one sequence. She would be an old man, a young woman, a brother, a sister, whatever, fighting with each other. She could carry that off so cleverly and skillfully that I thought it was brilliant. I think that the portrayal of the character was very good, and what interested me was the way that she actually was on the floor, on the stage, whilst everybody was coming in, and she sat so still there. You didn't really know whether it was a dummy there or prop, or it was actually her until she actually moved. So I thought that was quite interesting, and to build up to it, because we all know the story of this very unfortunate life that Lady Swettenham had, and to set it in the asylum that she eventually ended up in, and yet at the same time bring it out of the asylum is not an easy thing to do. So very artful use of props, very minimal props as well. So I thought she carried it off really well. So I'm very impressed. I should like to see her in some more plays. Thank you.
She played many roles. How did you think the transitions were?
I thought they were fantastic. She did it very skillfully. She could switch from one side to the other. She would just turn in one direction. She would be a brother. She would turn the other direction. She would be the sister. And she knew how to bring out the character of a young 18, 19-year-old girl talking to an older brother who was bullying her. And also, again, a little bit of the same sort of thing again when she was very obliging and would do whatever she wanted for Frank to keep him happy. So yeah, it was good. I think that this one, to put it in context, not many people really knew that much about how the lives of, or rather perhaps people knew at that time, but it's all been forgotten. So it's good to record it for posterity and to have something like this today, maybe about 100 years after she was perhaps, I think, sent back to England, is quite something to just remind us about how this town started and became a city.
Which was your favorite role that you did?
The favorite role? Well, she did so many, and all at the one time. I don't think I could say there was a favorite role, but she did carry out the lady of the manor type thing really well. You know, like I'm the, you know, Frank wanted her to put her hair up, and she then did this very semi-regal type thing, like walking around in a cocktail party, waving at people. That was good.
What can be improved overall?
What can be improved? Well, where I was sitting, I could hear most things. Perhaps because I was quite close to the front. There's only one part which is a little bit indistinct, so I thought that was. So I think overall, yeah, it's interesting. It's quite challenging to do something like this in a dance hall. So the acoustics are not exactly the best, and she, without actually using a microphone, I think she did it well. Actually, I don't really like microphones in plays because it spoils things. So I think the character of the voice gets all distorted when you use a microphone. You should be able to project the voice, and she did project her voice very well.